communities are benefiting from it. It was Rose Town on Saturday, and I know that she had a lot of young people over there that really signed up for the program. So we want to thank JSIF again for coming into communities, doing what they do best. And Dudley, is there anything you want to add to the Rose Town experience?
Well, and I saw event there, the under 15 girls 100 meters. That was really a cracker. We saw in the first semifinals there were a dead heat between two young ladies, and the same two young ladies they met in the finals, and they also dead heat in the finals,
And they
and
decided that they wanted to separate.
they
They didn't want to share the
the
first prize, so
prize
they run again.
and the dead heat again. And if it is, I can go to our channel on YouTube and see the event. It's really exciting. One name Steele and it was one girl called Steele and one name Evans. The name Steele and Evans. It was a really a good event. And when they saw how they marked the track on the road, and it was exciting to see them these youngsters running on the road. And good part, there was no incident. No one fell on the road. No incident free in the heart of Rosetown community, surrounded by Trenchtown, and then you have the Maxfield area, yeah, Whitfield Town, and Rosetown is in the middle of all these communities. And trust me, JSIF and Rosetown group they did a good job on that day for the event. You see, basketball, this earlier went off. This in football though. Yeah, football played on the basketball court. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, football.
Yes. And there's no netball though. But track and
They,
field.
they didn't have a netball.
No.
Okay.
And the marathon and the mini marathon also went off as well. And the mini marathon went off also as well. The mini marathon went off as well. And we also saw too where a host of persons. This also a few. It was a mixed event under 17, and the guy who won is a 16-year-old guy.
The marathon was an open marathon. Anybody could have entered. A mix of young people and adults. So anybody could have entered, male, female, adults. It doesn't matter. Anybody could have entered the mini marathon, and it went off. It went off real well.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say a big thank you to the security forces who were out in their numbers, the police and the soldiers. They were there.
Mm-hmm.
They ensured that we all felt secure on the
Yes.
day, that no adverse incident took place.
Mm-hmm.
So big up the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Jamaica Defense Force for just coming out and let everything run smoothly. At first I was a little bit apprehensive because they keep talking about top Rose Town and bottom Rose Town, but the security forces were out in their numbers and everything went well. And it was a good look for the community because they came out and really support their venture. I think the Rose Town Foundation really had something to be proud of and build on for next year or for whenever they decide to put on the project again.
Yes, and trust me, it went off well. We're hoping that and hoping that the all the dominoes. Wow, that was an eye opener.
Yeah, domino, as I said, dominoes. I had no idea that there were so many technicalities surrounding dominoes in Jamaica. As I said, it came down to a science,
Mm-hmm.
as Mr. Harris was saying. Harris or Davis, I don't even know.
Davis,
Mr.
Davis,
Davis.
Davis.
He portrayed domino as a science, and I'm telling you, right now, I thought I could play domino. The other day, I realized I know nothing at all. I know nothing at all about dominoes. All I can do is match properly. That's all I can do. Match properly, effectively. But then he tell you about how dominoes can be applied to life and oh gosh. As I said, we are inviting him back on our program
Mm-hmm.
to share some of the tips and skills and good things about dominoes. Maybe next week, Dudley.
Yes, next week a good week to invite him on the program.
Okay.
Wow, and What also went unnoticed sometimes, Jamaica is the world champion when it comes to dominoes. Jamaica, the world champions in dominoes. Yes, Jamaica, world champions when it comes to dominoes.
Dominoes?
Sure. Yes.
And Jamaica is the world champion.
Yes.
But if you have someone dominoes play, look at domino is supposed to be a national sport, you know.
National pastime is dominoes.
Is our national pastime is dominoes.
But since the advent of technology now, the gadgets now, they're gonna take over the domino games.
But come to think of it, last night I went to a nine night, people call it,
Hmm.
and it's the first time I've been to one of those things and I don't see no domino play.
Yes.
Not one domino table.
Well, it become like dance now. Big sound, string up.
There wasn't a sound system there.
What was there?
There wasn't
Singing?
a sound system. People they just played some gospel music and people just milled around, eat food, talk about the person who died, and stuff like that. It wasn't one of them dance hall setting. It was a welcome change from the ones I normally see
Oh.
around the place. No loud noise. Well, maybe it's the area that it was in,
Mm.
because the area that was in is, I don't think the residents would stand for the noise anyway.
Oh, so the ear, the community make a difference.
Yeah, the community makes a difference. I don't think those residents would have stood for the big boxes and the dominoes slamming down on the table and people bawling out for six love and all. And I don't think the neighbors would have stood for that at all.
All right, and on a not so good note now, Jamaica lost an icon. She may not be known to many of these young Jamaicans, but she's the first Jamaican sprinter female to make an Olympic finals, and she is Dr. Cynthia Thompson, and she died, I think, on Friday. And she made the final Olympic Games in 1948 Olympic Games, the first Jamaican female to make an Olympic final. She came sixth in that finals. And Dr. Cynthia Thompson there, and she passed on at age 96. And we must say to the family of Dr. I met her at RGR Communication Group Photo Award 2 years ago. I'm from here for an interview. But wow.
Miss Lula said, walk good.
Doctor, for those
She
who
lived
can see her
she
there
lived
on
a-
screen
she
there.
lived a long life, and now she's gone home, resting.
Yeah, the first Jamaican female. And
At 96.
yes, 96 years of age she's now. And she the first Jamaican to make an Olympic finals back in 1948. When Herb McKinley and George Carr, George Roden um put Jamaica on the map in track and field. But she was among them as well.
You see, and all of that. Look at the inequality of all of that. You heard about George Headley and all them, or McKinley and all them people. But you never really heard about this woman who
Dr.
made
Cynthia
the
Thompson, she made the finals.
exactly the first woman for Jamaica to make an Olympic finals.
Mhm.
And I bet, like me, a lot of listeners out there did not know that.
Right.
Right, and that wasn't even when you hear them talking about little tidbits about sports, and they tell you about her, but they tell you about George, and they tell you about all of these great guys who won or maybe came second.
Yeah.
Nothing was mentioned of her.
No?
Nothing was mentioned of her, and there, I mean, she broke the ground for all the women that came after her, Merlin Ottey,
Mm-hmm.
Diane Hemmings, even Shelley Ann Fraser. She was the one who pioneered
Right.
their entrance into the
Yes.
Olympics, and nobody,
Mention her
there's
at
not
all.
much mention of her at all.
Maybe because she did the medal, that's why they didn't mention her. Because she did the medal, but she reached the finals.
But she reached the finals, and
Um,
she's the first woman for Jamaica who did that.
And 1948, she was the sixth fastest in the entire world.
Yeah,
The sixth fastest woman in the entire world, 1948. Dr. Cynthia Thompson. And she is sadly she passed. She was a doctor after her track and field days. She retired. She was
what good on Dr. Thompson?
Dr.
You-
Cynthia.
you
She's
made-
a medical doctor.
You made women of Jamaica proud. That is one of our recent sports icons that we don't hear much about.
Yeah, man. Dr. Cynthia Thompson. And Olivia Babsy Grange paid her condolences to Dr. Thompson
Mm-hmm.
and other persons in the sporting fraternity. They all come on board and give their condolences to the family of Dr. Cynthia Thompson, Jamaica's oldest Olympian, just passed on. All right, 96 on the FM band, and we switch gears now to a kind of sad, but sad news in the last end. No, cricket. And the cricket, well, after a cricket, mhm, after a promising start in the test and the one internationals, the West Indies team really get back to the habit of losing miserably. Well, the West Indies became the first team to be bowled out for fewer than 75 runs. Fewer than 75 runs in a T20 international as they were hammered by England, who completed a 3 whitewash of the West Indies in the T20 series. The West Indies had been dismissed just 45 in their run chase in a 137 runs defeat to the second match to England and clean the series at in Sunday in Basseterre. Having linked it to bat, no Windies player managed to score more than 11. No West Indies player past 11.
Who was on that? Let me ask you, who was on it?
The same one except Chris Gale. The same squad except Chris Gale.
So Chris Gayle played
Did not play.
in the test.
He played in the one day, but didn't play in the T20. Chris Gale didn't play the yeah.
Chris Gayle is a one day specialist and a T20
He's a T20 specialist.
He's a T20 specialist, but
Mm-hmm.
it's pet.
Right. And England reached their target with just 10.3 overs of the 20, finishing a four in which they had lost the test series and draw the one day series, and they removed Sherry Hope was bowled for a first ball duck. No, John Campbell and Shemar Hitmaya and Darren Bravo all followed in short order. They all went for low scores. The high score partnership was 21 between Jason Holder and Carl Bradshaw went for a duck. And Sheldon Cottrell also fell towards for 10. And then the team was collapse and went out for the lowest score ever in T20 cricket, West Indies. So after promising, but it shocked that after we were seen as T20 was strongest format of the game for the last couple of years. But after we won the Test series, which was our weakest format of the game, we drew the one internationals, and now we were dismissed, humiliated in the T20 by England. And that is not a good look at all for the West Indies team when it comes to, because normally for the past 3 or 4 years, the T20 has been our best format of the game, but now we have been humiliated by England in the T20, which if I say, boy, oh, we have lost it. Marcel Williams, Mars is saying hello. Say hello to Marcel Williams. And Marcel is saying hello. And
Marcy.
we had rain yesterday. Hopefully Marcel is not gonna be rain today or sunshine today. All right,
That's
so
what about
mm-hmm. I would invite you can invite our viewers there on YouTube to give us some your comment on the thing about this thing so far. All right, and to the West Indies team, now we have to wheel and come again when it comes to this format here in cricket. All right, and another before we go now, before we go to football news now. Remember, we'll have to look at the Women's World Cup is also coming up on us. And we can sort of have to give an idea as to which group we think could advance from the group based on the ratings of these teams so far. We get that very, very shortly. But before we go to football locally first, or we go to commercial break. No, it's there's some minutes to go before. Before we go to the break now, let's look at the the Grand Prix that was held inside the stadium. And the big talk is now that Excelsior really came out on top in the girls section, and we saw where Kingston College got the better of Calabar in the boys section, but some may argue that Calabar may not have fielded a full strength team. And also, but Kingston College, be without Rogers, who has been injured since the Manning Cup. He had an ankle injury since the Manning Cup finals, and he maybe is out of champs this year. And so KC has lost their short points so far, and Calabar have all the since Taylor never injured at the meets for the past 3 years. Christopher Taylor for Calabar, always in tip top shape when it comes to champs for Calabar. And this is his last year. So as he be on Taylor.
Grand Prix at all.
Eh?
Which one of the Grand Prix did Christopher
No,
Taylor run?
he anchored on relay on
Last
Saturday.
night?
Yeah.
No,
And
Saturday.
in a record time for Calabar.
And-
Easy win. I mean, he shut off now 50 meters to go. And
No,
it's a record.
that is what they're doing now. That is the intimidation moving into champs.
Mm.
They have had him resting all along, just
Yeah.
in training.
Yeah.
And now when it almost champs time, they can afford to show Casey
That
no their show of strength. They can feel comfortable now to show Casey, which is their main rival, and whomever else that listen. You beat us at Gibson, but look what is gonna happen when it comes to champs. And this is what they do. It is a power play. And it has always been a power play with these schools. They can afford to now come and say, listen, we have allowed you to do your thing, over the Grand Prix. Now this is what we are gonna do on the big stage. And it is not about any of those Camperdown Classics or the Gibson Relays or whatever. Every move that they make right now is about champs.
Yes,
And it's a chess game going on, It's a chess game right now.
well, I was at KC training one evening, and the KC coach is saying that that they are not planning. They're not champs 2020 is when KC is coming for champs. If they win this year, it's a bonus.
Dudley, a win is a win is a win is a win. Nobody going to champs
No,
wanting to come
No.
second. Listen to me, Dudley. I know what they're saying.
Yeah.
I know what they're paying lip services and saying.
mm-mm.
But what I'm saying to you is, if KC have a chance of winning, they're gonna take their chance of winning, and they're not going there to come
No,
second to
that-
nobody. They are not, even
No,
though
no.
they know that they're not at full strength. They are going there to take the top prize.
No, they're saying they're not going there to lose, But they're saying the team that they have now, every team this year win, it's a bonus. But the next year team is the winning team. That's what they're saying. If they win this year, it's a bonus. No. They said that. They're planning.
Remember last year when they went out and
Yeah.
they said this year is our year?
They-
You remember that?
Yes. It.
They said this year was our year.
Mhm.
And they went out and they Calabar 7.
Yeah.
A 6-seater, fixed seater 7 and whatever. What was it last year? Was it
Yeah.
7 last year?
7.
Was it 7 last year? Well, KC said that last year was their year.
Not last year.
There was gonna-
The year before.
Last year, when Calabar won 7, they came out and they said that was their year.
No, that was the fans. That's what the fan. But I'm talking about the coaches now.
Dudley, go back again and play last year recordings. Go back and play it. They said last year was their year. They get beaten again last year, right? And they said this year, okay, fine. If we win this year, yeah, we'll take the win, but next year is our year. What if they go again next year and lose again next year?
Well, let's see.
Because they're thinking, let me tell you one of the things that these coaches think. They think that everybody got them, you'll go sit down and wait for them to come beat them. It doesn't work that way. People are training to always beat you. You understand? People are always training to beat you. So when they come again and say, next year is our year, and they get beaten again next year, well, you know what? Casey, I hope you win, because this 7 and 8 and all that one person monopolizing champs is getting boring.
No?
It is getting boring. One person dominating is getting boring.
Well, when Veers win champs for 15 years straight, girls champs. I mean, Veer had a kind of class back then to dominate girls champs that those in the 80s. 15 years straight. Veer Technical to dominate girls champs left, right, and center. And the sad thing though, there's only a few of those athletes went on to become like senior standouts. Remember, Ines Turner.
Mm.
Ines Turner went on to become a good senior athlete.
But Dudley, very technical won it. What it was, 15 times? 15 times in a row, very technical won girls champs.
Yes, yes.
And ain't nobody was going to go girls champs.
No, no.
That is why they have to merge it with boys champs. Because after you keep winning, I mean, becomes so predictable.
No, but girls
nobody want to see it.
Girls have didn't care crowd from day one.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the crowd, Dudley. As I'm saying to you, when anybody has a monopoly on anything for any long period of time, you get old and tired and boring. So you have one person winning champs year after year after year after year. There's no excitement about it. People just say, you know what, we're gonna win again this year, and they're gone at them yard. Yeah, 15 times in a row.
But shut up. She's a hitter. We want to see us moving every year.
What? Is it color?
No, I mean, yes, Calabar. Look here, I'm a Calabar supporter, you know.
And you don't sound that way.
But no, listen, Calabar is my school, and anybody will tell you I'm a Calabar supporter. But I want to see the competition. I want to see somebody step up and beat them at least once, and then they come back again and try to win it the other year.
Be the champion all the time. We want to stay. We want our rival to fight to come to the top.
Well,
that's the beauty of it.
That is what I want to see. I want to see somebody go to the top.
I'm sure every year.
I want to see somebody emerge to the top, and then they have to fight again to retain the championship.
You as a Calabar fan, I don't know. I'm sorry.
I am a sports fan. I am a sports fan first, and a fan of excitement, not a fan of boring.
Well, I have never gone to the champs.
You never got champs?
I've never gone to the champs and ever been boring. I've never been bored. Even when I don't got champs, I am wearing my colors and I feel good. Now I hear 2-3 years every year KC's coming. Oh, this is their year. This is I know they see no year. Right?
He said they never said that last year.
Oh, well,
of course they said that last year.
This is not your year then. Because even when other schools get it, we march to them school and we come. The cup from high school champ belongs to one place, and that's a place on Red Hills Road. Okay? We don't argue about football or any other sports here, but when it comes to athletics, we are the champion. Of course, if somebody feel like them big and them bad and them want to come challenge, yeah, make them come. But I like when we win every year. I don't need to see nobody.
Dudley, you should meet up at school, though, Dudley. At least,
no name.
Dudley.
I ain't calling no
at
name.
Least I am advocating
You're
for.
them a chance?
Yes, man.
No chance round
yes,
here.
man. At least I'm giving them a chance. At least I'm saying to them, Dudley, if they can come and do it this year, I would love to see the competition and they take it this year. And then Calabar come back next year when them say it's for them here and beat them in the time when them talk about for them here. But you see, the thing is,
I don't have time for all of that. You see, we don't want to come here and move up. And next thing, it go to North Street and it got drop, and then something got break off, and then all of those years of hard work of keeping the cup in such immaculate condition gone down the drain.
Dudley, at least I was advocating for Casey and Miss Taylor now would not chance at all.
Well, I said this is the last year. The cup will be at Reddy's Road. Come 2020, we're going to North Street.
Robbie, do not.
Is it because you think all of our star athletes will finally graduate?
They're waiting until what's his name? Jawan
Taylor.
Taylor don't go nowhere, right? We ain't going nowhere. But don't worry, it's not one man make a team, and that's the thing. It's not one person; it's a team effort.
Okay. Them go Africa for nobody else this year.
No.
Casey. No one of them go Africa for anybody else this year. Because look here now, for the last 2 years, there was an African flavor in the KC cap.
Aaron Rodgers.
That boost their chances of look here. So when we KC for them, I go start fixing on pan roots. It's not me here. It's Miss Taylor. It's Chico.
Well, I'm saying.
Where the stones they must fly. It's not me. It's Carol Taylor. So it's not me. Disclaimer: it's not me. It's not Michelle. So don't look at me and say it's me. It's Casey Eater. At least I was trying to.
But Michelle, okay.
I was trying to take a food a
All
little
when
bit.
all when there's no rain, the mountains are so green. Everywhere you look, and when you're on the stage, you don't see green.
Look
No
here,
color.
mind them attach some other color. Go on here, Miss Taylor. Go with God. Because you know what I'm saying.
Because a certain thing is in the
Jamaica,
air.
we
A certain
move,
day is in the air.
we move from our school now and gone to another thing now with the green business. You go on. I don't want nobody come say, don't listen, make we move back to the purple.
At this time when there's certain event is in the air.
When is that event again?
Huh?
When is that event? The
The
3rd of March?
4th of
Is it-
April.
It moved from
Yeah.
March 4th Ghana, April, yeah.
All right.
So the 4th of it's not the 25th,
No,
again.
date change. Date change.
Okay. And you're right. That kind of green thought not going wash with a lot of people. Some people not nothing with green. And that's why Calabar not getting all the support it deserves because of the green overlay. But let us move away from the colors. Champs, at least I was giving Casey a little. And then Dudley, we're going to have our green days and we're going to have our purple days.
Purple
No
days.
worry. So we're going to represent, and we're going to have a friendly rivalry here leading up to champs, and we're going to do a thing. We're going to cheer for the school. We're going to invite kids who are cheering for their school and find out why they're cheering for this school or that school. Or parents, if you want to be a part of the discussion, you can also.
What I don't this peace and this peace for champs movement that happening all the while. I mean, champs is a schoolgirl activity. I don't see why it should get up in some of violence when it comes to boys and girls champs. I'm not seeing Premier League having kind of violence. When Tivoli play Waterhouse and you don't see any political nothing at all. So I don't understand why champs is track and field and not non-contact sports. I don't see why there should be this tension when it comes to boys and girls champs. And it's over two school it really no contenders for the boys. KC Calabar and the girls about 4 or 5 schools in contention out of the 80th school that is taking part.
See, all that kind of violence towards each other is just a reflection of what goes on in the community.
Yeah.
And it is not a reflection of what goes on across Jamaica. It's what goes on in communities. I remember Jamaica was split right down the middle the other day when you have this Gully Gaza foolishness. And every year you have this champs foolishness where people beating up people and schoolboys and getting into fights because of what? It's not the event itself, it's just the reflection of what is going on in these communities. And it is such a shame. And it is not a good look for the schools either.
You don't say not in all fears. Look at this now. Now man, over the years, I remember years gone by. When Tivoli used to play Waterhouse in football game, and to play at upper camp, so there be no spectators. But all that changed now. When Tivoli come to Waterhouse, Waterhouse go to Tivoli, we don't have no political, not just football and football. When the match finish, people interact and just football. But when it comes to schoolboy, look now. When it comes down to schoolboy now, it's trying to avoid a match with Tivoli and Charlie Smith. But these are schoolboys. But at the adult level, Waterhouse can play Tivoli and they play Tivoli and no violence. But why can't happen at the schoolboy level?
It's a reflection of what is happening in the communities.
But the communities, but
inability to reason why people turn towards violence. You ever notice 2 persons sit down in the corner talking about a simple thing? All right, let us say they're talking about politics, right? And I remember I grew up in a household when one parent was green, one parent was orange. And my parents could sit down and talk and argue and laugh. And my mother's cousin would come over, or my father's people would come over, and they would talk about the issues and they cook and them eat and whatever. That was how people used to reason things and they argue things. Nowadays, you cannot say anything about you cannot disagree with the neighbor on anything. Nobody agree to disagree anymore. It's either my way or no way. It's the inability to reason. There's no reasonability out there at all. You cannot disagree with somebody without they want to kill you.
Yeah, but
So that is what is happening, and that is what you see reflecting in the schools. You would think that the school was a place of learning, and you learn to reason, you learn to debate stuff. You don't do that. If you're not saying my school, go away with you. We are gonna do you something when we are go home this evening. That is it, simple. They never learn to disagree with each other amicably. It's either this way or no way. And normally when that happens, it's why you're wrong.
I think it's something ISA need to address seriously. No, I mean,
ISA have been addressing it with the Peace for Champs thing that they have going on.
Not champs, sport in general. Look at this. Up until this day, ISA is trying to avoid Charlie Smith and Tivoli playing in the Manning Cup match. Up until this day, they try to avoid that. But in adult football, we can avoid a Tivoli play a Waterhouse or a Tivoli play Arnett Gardens. It's not an issue in adult football. Why is it a big issue in schoolboy football? That thing is they need to address. That is serious. Not just champs, but football. And the sports in general. They come to schoolboy sports.
As I said, it's the what is going on in the community.
But don't spill over in adult football.
No, because that we have a semi-professional league here, right? And that is where the Premier League comes in. If you want to continue playing football and getting your stipend, because I don't think they're getting paid.
Some say pay and stipend.
If you want to continue getting paid or a stipend, you go and you do what you need to do and go home. Right? And I guess the adults understand this. But the children, my God, man, what is happening in our schools?
Yeah, but it's very, very serious.
It's not serious now, though, as it was back then. I think with the advent of the Peace for Champs movement, I think some of the violence have been curtailed. The security forces have really been doing their thing downtown and in Hertfordshire when it comes to getting the children out of the park and getting them to go home in the evenings, so that this tension between the schools does not escalate. I've been downtown one morning and I see the police, basically sending the boys who are loitering down there into buses to go to school. Some of them is resisting, but the police them not take no argument from no schoolboy. So
I think we're up on a break now. We take a break and come back. Take a break and come back with more in Make We Talk Sports.
Do more. Do more. Help fight crime. Do the right thing and now that you're speaking out, do more. Do more. Help fight crime. Do the right thing and report what you know. Do the right thing and publicly demand change. Hold government accountable for better governance. Protect your environment and health. Do the right thing and keep your community clean. If we all do the right thing and build integrity, Jamaica will be the place to live, work, raise families, and do business. A message from National Integrity Act. Hi, Mrs. You not hear about the new program on the radio? Which program and which radio station? Roots FM 96.1. The program called Youth for
positive change. You can hear it every Tuesday night.
No, Mrs. Tell me about it.
This program is geared towards positive changes within the child, such as any type of bad behavior, disobedience, low self-esteem, and this will teach them positive behavior and to do and say positive things.
Mrs. Me glad to hear this. Let me call my neighbor and tell her about it. Miss Mary, home at Tuesday night now. Make we listen to Youth for Positive Change. As soon time for it start to.
Youth for Positive Change on Roots 96.1 FM from 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m.
Youth for Positive Change.
Now that you're speaking out, do more. Do more. Help fight crime. Do the right thing and report what you know. Do the right thing and publicly demand change. Hold government accountable for better governance. Protect your environment and health. Do the right thing and keep your community clean. If we all do the right thing and build integrity, Jamaica will be the place to live, work, raise families, and do business. A message from National Integrity Action.
All right, and welcome back now to Make We Talk Sports 96.1 on the FM band. And we know switch gears now to football now. The football now on the Premier League side. Football played on yesterday. Where we saw Harbour View. They beat Michelle team Humble Lion by a goal to nil. We should not happy about that score there at all. And we saw where Tivoli Gardens, they beat Port United by 3 goals to 2. And Dumbly Holding, wow, they sent Reno further into a relegation zone, further to be relegated from the league. They beat them by 3 goals to nil. And Mobile United suffered their first defeat under new coach. They went now 2-1 to Arne Gardens. And the Mount Pleasant and the Cavaliers, they played 2-0 scoreline. Now Reno, now in a spot of bother. They need 4 points for the next 3 games to try and save their relegation woes. And come tonight, it's Waterhouse against Huey in the Monday Night Football. So Humber Lion again on losing a game again, but Humber Lion is still they are safe though, and they are safe. Humber Lion they are virtually safe, and they're currently inward. They're currently in 8th position in the league, and they are safe. But right now, it looks as though Mobile United, Harborview, and Reno are fighting. There are 3 teams now battling relegation, and Mobile will trying to overtake Harborview to save themselves. And Reno look like they'll be going go out, but the next team between Harborview and Mobile United, 2 big teams, are now fighting for the Premier League survival. What a way we see that you're right. The two top teams fighting for the survival in the Premier League, Mobile and Harborview, and we could see where Reno could be out this year. Reno is seen as one of the most consistent team in Jamaica, and now they are battling. They're battling for survival in Jamaica's top flight football. Michelle, Humble Lion.
Ago. But that was just my take on it. You cannot have a coach that comes to a team and not connecting with the players and expect the players to do well. You understand? That connection between player and coach is vital to how well the team does.
Well, Reno and Mumbai are down. Humble Lion is looking. They're safe for next season, but again, it's going to be a toss-up because Mumbai just lost their first game on the new coach, and if they had won that game, they maybe put Harborview under some pressure. But as we can see now, look like Mumbai is currently they are 20 points, and Mumbai is currently on 20 points. Yes, and View, just about 23 points, and that's really close for this team right now. Up front, it's Football United. Up front, they're front with
Portmore is still in the lead.
mm-hmm,
Who is at second place again?
Waterhouse.
So Waterhouse and Portmore will be battling for the first place honors in the Premier League.
It looks as though with 3 games to go, and Portmore having a 6 point lead over Portmore. It looks as though Portmore could secure the $1 million cash prize
That's
and
all
the
they're paying
league.
for.
Yeah, and the league and the
$1 million.
$1 million.
How did you sell Rising Star? People are getting more than that. Seriously? I thought they were getting about $5 million.
No, that's for the league, for the most part, I think the playoff cap and the prize money
What is the prize money for winning the league?
$1 million. But I go to a playoff now. I go to a playoff. It's 2 titles now. The most points and the overall champion.
That's what I want to know.
Mhm.
What is the price for the overall champion?
I don't remember if it's about 1 million, about 2 million.
You know that it takes a lot more than $1 million to prepare these clubs for competition.
When I spoke to certain coaches at Premier League, they say, all right, they said that for the entire 8-month season, it costs between 20 and 24 million to look after a team, and they talk about 20 and 24 million to look after a team right there. Sorry about that. All right, it costs about 24 million to look after a team, and then now and then now the prize money is about $1 million for the prize money.
$24 million to prepare $24 million to prepare a club
For 8 months.
competition for 8 months. And at the end of the day, you only win $1 million. Something wrong with that. Something seriously wrong with that man. With that man. So what does this club get from the players association? Because I heard that from
No, there's a
association,
PLCA.
club get some
PLCA.
to prepare themselves. to
It-
help the
They
players.
get some subvention from PLC.
So with that subvention, that is enough to get them through the 8 months.
Eh?
Is that money that they get from? How much money they get, man?
I don't remember the figure, but they get sponsors give them some money.
Some money. When was it? Not last
Yeah, I
year.
remember. They get some money from sponsors, and they get some money from the Premier League Club Association towards like gears and not gears. I think it was upkeep and to assist with players. We call players type things and to host games, but it still don't cover the cost. The cost
The
to
onus is on the team to get themselves
Hmm?
Premier League and to last for the 8 months.
Mhm.
And if you win at the end of the day, if you win the $1 million prize,
That's like I'll go towards the hit. Yeah, $1 million.
that's it. You never enter.
Well, I know
Enter.
I know a coach right now who's playing Super League, and say him don't want to go there because it's a waste of money.
You want to go where?
Premier League,
I wouldn't go there either.
because the first thing you have to spend money to equip your field. Your field must have a change room, and it must can seat at least 1,005 people seated. Eh? Yes. All right. The moment you qualify for Premier League, your venue must be approved by JFF, and the minimum requirement, you must have change room for players and official, and you must have stands that can house at least 1,500 per person seated. That's the minimum. And the field must have a certain standard that can play for a certain standard, and that's approved by JFF. So if you are playing like a Bush League and come Premier League, when it costs you, money to upgrade your field, when it costs you.
Why would I want to go there anyways? Why
Eh?
would I want to go there?
Because it's the high standard of football in Jamaica. The Premier League is highest level in Jamaica. That's all.
How can it be a high standard if you only get $1 million? How can you beg money? because all of these clubs have become professional beggars. No, because it's sponsorship, is that they, well, however they raise their money, and the little subvention that they give them, right? So however they raise their money to equip their field, to equip their players, to give the players stipend and all of that, and after all that, you're telling me that if you win the prize, all you get is $1 million.
A million Jamaican dollars.
From 24 million, my budget is 24 million to get me through the season, and I only win $1 million. Why would I want to play for that? No, on a serious note, why would I want to play for that?
Well, that's the prize money.
Do better. They need to do better. No one,
All right.
no wonder it is a bush league, because it's really a bush league, because the players, the clubs cannot afford this. And then when you look at JFF making policies about they want to go, what do you call it, franchise? No
Yeah.
wonder they want to go franchise, because they want people with money to come in and raise
Franchise.
the level of football in Jamaica.
Franchise is a waste of time. That's a
$1
total.
million is the purse for Premier League. Did you see Rising Star people getting 2 million to just sit down there and sing for a couple of weeks? Eh? And that is and Lord have mercy.
You
No,
can't
sir.
compare, but you can't compare still.
Who sponsors the Premier League? Red Stripe?
Yeah.
No Red Stripe. We don't have to do better than that. No Red Stripe. We don't have to do better than that. Week after week, play them hard out, and only 1 million them going over. And how much people are supporting them? It is the left that is on the field, plus the reserves
Mhm,
and the coaching staff.
mhm. Well, all right. Some team of their own sponsors. I know Tankwell sponsors Waterhouse and Tivoli Gardens. No, Waterhouse and Arne Garden. And Harborview have overseas sponsors. But most team of this, I think Double Holding, not Double Holding, Mount Pleasant have a kind of strong financial base, because mostly the owners are based in America. They have a strong financial base. But the teams that don't have the money now must struggle in Premier League. And the sad thing though, look at the sad part though. Cavaliers recently opposed to what Cavaliers don't host the football at night, Monday Night football, because a part of the criteria is your lights have to remain 2 hours before the game start and 2 hours after the game start. Yes. That's part of the requirement. And they're saying that
You have to pay the light.
their light bills that can light bill come to extra 40,000.
So who is going to pay that extra 40,000?
Nah, they will be Cavaliers expense. That's the rule to host televised games. Your lighting have to be on for 2 hours before the game start, 2 hours after the game finish.
So if the game done, I do interviews or whatever.
Eh?
Why they need it to be on for 2 hours
I
after?
don't know if it's post interview don't last 2 hours.
No.
About half hour. Game finish, interview coaches. It don't take 2 hours.
Then Red Stripe pay the extra money for the lights to be there.
Well, and that's why Cavaliers don't host any football at like them at their venue, because that's the cost factor. And they don't own their venue, They rent the Stadium East.
There you go. And they have to rent it. It can't work out. It can't work out like that. No wonder. No.
It's not like Harborview who have the old, like Harborview Water or the old stadium. They rent venue. They and Humberline don't own their venues. Humberline, Double Holding, Double Holding. They don't own their venues. They rent Priest Novals, and they rent the one at Portmore. They don't own their venues. Like the one.
It's one of the Homeworld is one of the most sponsored. I
Mm.
think they have sponsorship.
Mhm.
But they do well.
Mhm.
They can't do well without adequate amount of money coming into the club.
Mhm.
But what I want to look at, I want to look at the budget for a season for Portmore, right? Which will include utilities, light, water, all that.
Well, players salaries alone cost about 20 million. And like that, it's about look for about 30 million.
So it is more than 24 million into the budget.
When you talk about admin costs, I JTC cover traveling. To go away. They don't traveling cover by JTC cover traveling.
So JUTC sponsored them.
Yeah, because they get buses to travel to match like to country and where. No, they put all teams traveling covered by JOTC. Cause bus carry them to JTC, bus carry them to match over but admin costs, lighting, water is a big factor because feed have a wet after match every day. And light and players and admin is about 30 million. You got about 30 million for the season. Alright, so I think on that note, well, we have come to the end of Make We Talk Sports for another Monday. Join us again for more Make We Talk Sports, and those who lost, we ignore our view. Oh, Rostown. Oh my God, they got the Rostown. Rostown. I left my notes downstairs with the names. I have to do it. I have to do it on Saturday. The lady who want to be on Jody Queen Jojo's program. Yes, I've to dig her up tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I name just slipped me, but it's on the paper. All right, so again, have for yourselves a wonderful day. This has been Make We Talk Sports. Although Fortis and all the person who Calabar fans and KC fans just unity for champs. I prefer champs unity more than peace of champs. Just unity for champs. KC Calabar, who win, who lose, just one unity. It's one Jamaica. Let it be friendly.
Join us again next week, same time, same place for another edition of Make We Talk
This thing you throw me off, man. This no headphone you throw me off, This not working now. If I listen to my phone. And choose a trading.